I am going to meet friends that when I first moved here and moved in with my parents in 74, there were neighbors across the street, young couple with 2 young children. I think a little boy that was like 3 and a little girl that was 1. No, a little girl that was like 6 months old or something like that. They were the cutest couple, and they were originally one was from Arkansas originally, and the other was from, I think, Memphis. But they talk like this, Sharon and Steve, and they're just the nicest people I've ever met. I've been so blessed in my life. These people have been gone for over 40 years. They live in Arkansas. I went down there a couple times and I almost got linked up with one of the, oh my God, was he hot? He was, his family owned a huge farm. I would have called it 12 Oaks. It was that big. They had people that lived, there was all these houses that their workers lived in on the property, so you know it was big. Anyway, that's a story for another time. But the sad thing was, we really clicked, and I went back there and we got together again, and then we went on this weekend trip with everybody. We weren't like singled off or anything like that, but we went with a group. And I don't know if I don't know what happened, and I will never know. And do you know, I think that's one of the hardest things to figure out, is he just stopped talking to me on that trip. I don't know what I did. I certainly never was bold enough to say, I didn't do any of that. I just take the hint and like, wow, it's pretty obvious. I don't have to wonder. I had to wonder what happened, but I never did find out. And so that was so disappointing. I could see me ending up there on a farm, wealthy little wife of a farmer. What did he look? Who did he look like that I could give you? Man, he was fine. He was the hottest guy I ever went out with, except that model that I was hooked up with at the Brown Derby, but he was weird. I mean, his looks didn't make a bit of difference to me at all. He was weird. I didn't like him. Anyway, so I was visiting Sharon and Steve after they moved, but these people have been gone over 40 years, and they come back here, and they make a point. When my parents were alive, they made a point to come see them. And they had a neighbor that lived next door. He died, but they came to see him. She worked with a wonderful lady with the children's church at their Methodist church in downtown Sarasota. And I think she's like 90 or 100. They were coming to see her. And then they had a couple that they were very close to, and they were called Chi. I love that her name was Chi. And they were Southern too, Chi and Dan. And Dan was a lawyer here in Sarasota. I think Steve's dad had real estate here, and so Steve did real estate. And he came from money. And I don't know why I say that. I don't even like that when people do that. But I guess I'm so impressed with how Christ is definitely a light in this couple, in their essence. They're light, and they are funny, they're adorable. And so I lived across the street. She came over and introduced herself. She's so kind. Wanted to know if I ever want, and I was just starting to go back to school for medical assisting for a full year, and I wanted to make some money. So what happened is I ended up babysitting for her, but we became best friends. Like we just had a blast. So she had to find another babysitter so we could go out. We didn't go out that often, but and I was always with Chi and Dan, so and her family, her mother and her mother-in-law, I knew everybody. And so I just loved them. And so they came back, and I'm spending the day with them today. They're just adorable. So maybe I can get a cute picture. Maybe I can make her talk. Yeah, maybe I can make her talk. They had 2 children, Jim, she said Jim, and Stephanie. Just adored them. And they've got kids of their own. It's just like, wow. In my mind, I still see them as little ones, and they're 40 years old. 40-some years old. Wow. Okay, so I got a call from my accountant that my taxes are ready to pick up. Now, I know I owe, and I don't know why I'm going to go do this before I go out for a nice evening. But no matter what, it's not going to spoil my evening, no matter what I owe. Now, you tell me that when I get back on here and I'm bawling my eyes out, okay? Ew. So I have only so much in my savings, and I think it's going to be that much. And wouldn't that be great if the Lord let that happen? Now, if it's more, I'll have to take it out of my 401, hun. So I'm feeling better, but I still have the stomach issue. But I'm also changing my diet, and I'm doing better, so good food is making me sick. But I have every I have no doubt that it'll assimilate, and I'll get better. It's a gorgeous day. It's 77, and they're right on the beach, so I might take some pics. That's it. So, and Hank and I are really bonding. Now in the morning, I get him out of his stroller, and he lays in my arm in between pillows, like you just see his little face. And as long as I rub his belly, he'll stay there. The minute I stop, he wants to play. Like, he's not there yet where he can just lay down and go to sleep near me. No way. He can't. He's too distracted when anybody's around him. He just wants to play and be rubbed and touched, and that's probably because he's in a cage most of the day. And he is still lifting his leg and peeing when he wants to. And I don't know if he's got those pads, and I rechange them like twice a day. And I don't know if he's so persnickety that if it's too wet, he just lifts his leg and pees on the outside of the cage. I don't know. But anyway, it's okay. It's just me and him, and I'm okay with that. I mean, once I start letting him out more, he's gonna be diapered. There's no other way out of it. Yeah, just no other way out of it. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go. Pay attention to where I'm going. And then now this has taken me a lot out of my way to go to the tax guy first. But what I'm gonna do is you can go my way around to Lido Beach to the Gulf, and you can come in from this way from West Bradenton and go around the other way. And it's longer, but I want to take the scenic route to where they're at. So, yeah. Okay, let you know. Well, I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm getting money back. So, maybe they missed a couple pieces of paper. I don't know how I could be that stupid. I was going to call him and try to understand, but why? But I just don't want somebody to come back next year when I have no money and say, oh, we made a mistake and you owe us. Can that be on my tax guy, not me? Would he have to pay my penalties? Anybody know? Anybody? I think I'll still call them just because I just don't, I just can't, you know, I would love to just say, oh, cool, forget it. But if they did make a mistake, I don't know who, I'm not paying, you know, what do I want to say? Penalties when I didn't do it. So we'll see. But I'm in for a long road, a long way to get to where I'm going. It's going to take me like a good 40 minutes, and that's okay. It's okay. So anyway, you'd think I'd be like kicking my heels. I think I'm in shock. I really think I'm in shock. Okay. Mwah. See you later. Well, hello. I'm going home after a wonderful time with my friends. I gotta tell you, I cried when I left. I just think that as we get older, friendships, especially friendships that are years old, 40 years old, are so meaningful. I'm so blessed to have a life that's been threaded like tapestry. So many incredible friends. So I'm a little melancholy. It's a beautiful evening. We sat on the beach. Did I take any pictures? No. Somebody took a picture of the three of us. I'm going to have her send it to me. Oh, it was just wonderful. I don't have the appetite I used to have, thank God. So I just had some mussels and a bit of a salad. That's it. Just wasn't that hungry. Just wasn't that hungry. And now I'm trying to understand why roundabouts are so important. They drive me. It must be my age, because roundabouts really bug me. I think they're stupid, a waste of money. What's the deal? So are they supposed to slow down traffic? Are they supposed to... I don't know. I don't understand it. But right now I look like Benjamin Paints with the hair. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, no thanks. But anyways, you guys, I hope that you all, tomorrow is Friday, and I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend. I'm going home. My little guy has been by himself for 6 hours. So I could end up seeing such stuff that I can't even imagine. But anyways, you guys have a wonderful evening tonight, a wonderful weekend, and I love you. Bye. Close the video for today. Remember, be good to yourself, be good to others, and God will bless your efforts. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.